The hem of his garment. In the bustling city of Capernaum, narrow streets pulsed with life, merchants shouting, children playing, sandals kicking up dust. But amid the noise and motion walked a woman named Mira, her steps slow, her eyes always downcast. For 12 years, Mira had lived in silence and suffering. She was afflicted with a bleeding condition that left her physically weak, socially shunned, and spiritually exiled. According to the law, she was unclean, forbidden from touching others, unwelcome in temples, homes, or hearts. Doctors had taken her money. Time had taken her hope. But one morning, as she sat alone outside the city gates, she heard the whisper of something more powerful than despair. Jesus of Nazareth is coming. Her heart stirred. She had heard stories, of blind men who now saw, of lepers who danced with joy, of sinners forgiven. Would he, help her? The crowd and the courage. The crowd was thick. People pressed against each other, all trying to get close to Jesus, the healer, the prophet, the rumored Messiah. Mira knew she had no right to be there. Her condition made her an outcast. Touching anyone would bring shame. But a fire was burning in her spirit, stronger than fear. If I can just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be healed, she whispered to herself. Not his hand. Not his face. Not even his robe. Just the fringe, the very edge. The touch that changed everything. She crawled through legs and robes, pressing past glares and gasps. And then, there he was. Jesus. Surrounded. Focused. Walking. And in a moment of trembling faith, she reached out and touched the hem of his garment. Instantly, the flow of blood stopped. Her body felt whole. Strength returned to her bones like fresh rain on parched land. She gasped in awe, and then fear. Because Jesus stopped. Who touched me? He asked. The disciples looked confused. Master, the crowd is all around you. Everyone's touching you. But Jesus shook his head. Someone touched me, for I felt power go out from me. Mira trembled. She could not hide. So she came forward and fell at his feet, tears streaming down her face, and confessed everything. The healing beyond the physical. Jesus didn't rebuke her. He didn't shame her. He looked at her with eyes full of compassion and said, Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. Not only was her body healed, her identity was restored. She was no longer just unclean, sick, or forgotten. She was daughter. Known. Seen. Loved. The significance of the hem. The hem of Jesus' garment, known in Jewish tradition as the tassel, tzitzit, symbolized God's covenant and commandments, Numbers 15:38-40. To touch it was to reach out in faith to the promises of God himself. Mira didn't just touch cloth, she touched divine authority, mercy, and healing. Reflection. The hem reminds us that Jesus is accessible, even to the lowliest. That faith doesn't need to be loud, just real. Comment and share.